What's up, guys? So I know this is obviously a huge week in the world of 410 sprint car racing with the Houston High Bank Nationals going on, paying 100,000 to win and 250,000 to win all in one week, and that is absolutely fantastic for all of the national guys that are going to be going there between the Outlaws and High Limit and all the traveling teams that follow both series around and do a pick and choose schedule. Right, this is a huge week for that, but in my opinion, the more underrated race of the week will be the Super Dirt Cup, the 52nd annual Super Dirt Cup over at Skagit Speedway. Obviously, a very, very long-standing event, and just recently being turned into a 410 event. I think for the last 2 years, it's been 410 sprint cars with the NARC 410s over there. And this year, you can just tell each and every year, it's been building, and it's getting better and better. It's paying more, it's drawing more cars in. And I think that this is going to be cannot miss TV all weekend long. Now, Houston obviously is going to be the same way, and it's going to work out just perfect because, Houston, it's going to be, I believe that's Central Time, and then Skagit on the West Coast. So there's going to be like a 2-hour time difference in there to make sure you can watch both events, right? But when I was talking to Blake Anderson over at Skagit the last, yesterday and whatnot, do they have one hell of a field assembled for this race? This is going to be a really, really good race. It's going to be a really good field. In my opinion, this is kind of underrated. I feel like there's just not enough talk going on about this Super Dirt Cup at Skagit. And I figured I'd put this video together. I was already going to do it, but once Blake sent me the list that they have of guys, and I started looking more into the purse payout and things like that, this event is huge. And I hope one day I can go to this race because I love Skagit. I love that area up there. The track is fantastic. And they've been doing a lot of good stuff over there with, Kevin Rudeen, Blake Anderson. I don't know everybody involved over there, Blake Anderson and Caleb Hart and Peter Murphy, everybody else. They've done a great job with this place. And I'm excited to talk about this today and look at 7 guys that I think could potentially take down the victory. I've got 5 over here, and then I've got an honorable mention and a wild card as well that could potentially take down the $62,000 payday. Now, right over here, you'll look. 45 to 50 cars are expected for this race, 410s. And, thinking about it, everybody said that 410s, they're not going to be able to make it out on the West Coast, this and that. But wow, they have put together one hell of a field here. 45 to 50, over $270,000 in the purse between the 3 days, the prelim nights on Thursday and Friday and the finale on Saturday. Now, speaking of the finale on Saturday, it is $62,000 to win. Now, that is something that for these West Coast teams, that could make their entire year, right? How about second place, though? $26,000 to second and $18,000 to third. How many races have we seen that are, marquee events that pay that well down to the top 3? Even over 10 grand for fourth place, 11,000 for fourth, and it's $3,000 just to take the green flag, and they start 26 cars in the feature. So, at least 26 cars that show up to this one, over half the field will be getting at least 3 grand, just taking the green flag. Now, another very cool thing that they are doing that adds to the allure of this event is lap money. Every lap that you are the leader of the race, you get an extra $500. The race is 40 laps, so you could potentially take down another 20,000, which is what last year's winner, Justin Sanders, did to make it an even 82 grand to the winner. But also on top of that, every lap that you're running in the second position in this race, you get $300. So if you ran in second the entire race, you would get an extra $12,000 on top of your $26,000. So 38 grand for second place if you did run 40 laps in P2, and 200 laps, or sorry, not 200 laps, $200 if for running in third position every single lap, right? And that adds up to $8,000. So your potential haul in third place, if you run third the entire race for 40 laps and you finish there, 26 grand for third place. I mean, this is absolutely fantastic. It's not being talked about enough, and I figured this video needed to be put together. Now, behind me is some of the notable entries. There's way more guys and girls on this list. I was not able to fit them all on the board, but these are some of the notable guys that are going to be there. Obviously, Jason Sowald, he's going to be there in his number 18 car. We know that. He's a long-standing driver at Skagit. Justin Cox, who is third overall in NARC points right now in the Bates Hamilton 42X. Dylan Bloomfield in the Vertulo 83V. Bud Kading in that number 29 car. Tanner Carrick in his own 83. Another couple of the Washington regulars, Cam Smith in the 17 and Colby Thornhill in the 19. Couple of guys from the Central Valley with DJ Neto, the 88N out there in California, and Shane Golobic in the 17W. Obviously one of the favorite drivers all over the country, but mostly they're on the West Coast. Tanner Holmes in the 18T. Caden Steele, who is 4th in NARC points in the 121. And in my opinion, one of the most underrated drivers in the entire country right now is Tyler Thompson in that number 7 car. He has been absolutely fantastic this year, and he's been good for years in the past for a very limited schedule. Tyler Thompson is a very good driver that people may notice this week. Skylar G is going to be there as well in the Doug Rutz Racing number 8 car. And so it'd be cool to see Skylar G there after being pretty good this year between High Limit and the Outlaws with top 10s in both series. Ran very well at Ohio Speedway. Going to be cool to see Skylar G there. Hunter Schoenberg will be there along with Ryan Bernal. They're going to be teammates with Josh Ford Motorsports in the 73. If you do watch High Limit, you know that Hunter Schoenberg did come to the Midwest in Texas and Oklahoma, or maybe something. I think it's those two states, and ran this 73 car and was pretty solid in it. So I think this could be an underrated pairing here between Schoenberg and Bernal in those 73 cars. Colby Copeland, I'm not sure what car he's going to be in. The 5V, maybe. I put a question mark there. Jesse Schlotfelt, another one of those Washington guys that is very good in the 21. Robbie Price, who just ran the full season with the Outlaws last season, now in the 21P car that is, it's actually not his car, it's owned by somebody else. Don't know their names off the top of my head, but just got his first ever NARC win last week. And then Willie Croft in his own number 29 car will be there as well. Now, this is not everybody that's going to be there, but absolutely stacked roster here. And to be honest, guys, if you watch these videos like we did the other day for Huset's, trying to rank the top 5 guys, I think this is harder than what it was for the Huset's High Bank Nationals. So let's jump right into it, right? I got my pen out here, and we're going to start right here with the wild card. I think this guy, if things go the right way, he could potentially take down the Super Dirt Cup on Saturday night for $62,000 to win. He was not there last year. He was not there the year before that. But he is a native of Washington, and he is back home, and he's got a whole lot more laps in a 410 than when he used to race there on a full-time basis. And that is going to be, I'm going to write the number instead of the name. It's going to be Devin Borden. So Devin Borden is going to be there for this race, who's been racing in Central PA for the last 2 or 3 years. He used to race at Skagit almost on a weekly basis, has a 360 win there in the past. Hasn't been there in quite a while, though. And Devin Borden, I think, could be a wild card for this one in his family-owned number 8 car. Out of everybody that's on this list, he probably races more than all of them, to be honest with you, out there in Central PA. I think Devin Borden could potentially be a wild card to win the Dirt Cup. Now, the H stands for the honorable mention in this one, and honestly, it was hard to put this guy in an honorable mention. It was between 3 guys over here and this guy right here, it was hard to say who needed to be honorable mention and who needed to be in the top 5. But I'm going to put as an honorable mention in this one, it's Cole Macedo. So Cole Macedo in the Tarleton 21, last year, the 3 nights at the Dirt Cup, he was 7th and 9th on the prelim nights, and he finished 6th in the overall finale for $62K on Saturday last year. He is the current NARC point leader. I believe he's up to 3 wins this year with NARC. And we've already talked about, I did a video just a few days ago. If you did not see it, it's a video looking at Cole Macedo's season so far and Danny Sam's season so far. And if you watch that, you know how good Cole Macedo has been between a couple of different car owners at multiple different racetracks, different vicinities around the country. He's been very, very good. It was hard to put him at honorable mention because I think he could easily be in the top 3 over here, but it's just that close between all these guys. Cole Macedo, honorable mention in 21. Now, moving into the top 5 over here, last year at this race, he was 5th, 3rd, and 4th. It was the 2021 Dirt Cup champion. Now, that was in a 360 against the ASCS National Tour, but still a winner there. And he is the most recent NARC winner. It happened at Grays Harbor a few nights ago, and that is going to be, I'm not sure if there's an S or an X at the end of it, but Dominic Scelzi. I got Dominic Scelzi at number 5. I think having that recent win is going to help him. It's been a little bit a while since he got a NARC win, and I think that's kind of turning things around for him. He's always been good at Skagit. Obviously, he was extremely consistent last year at this race, top 5 each and every night. I think one of those nights even led some laps, and so I got Dominic Scelzi at number 5 after 3 top 5 finishes, former Dirt Cup champ. He's won races there. He's been good there with the Outlaws as well. So Dominic Scelzi, number 5. Now, number 4, he was even better than Dominic Scelzi last year. If you look at the 3 nights, he was 3rd, 4th, and 2nd on the finale night, taking down 26 grand for that P2 position. And I wrote down below that this is an opportunity to turn things around for him this season. He's a full-time high-limit guy, and it's been definitely a struggle this year. Does have 1 podium finish, but other than that, really does not have many results to show for it. And I think that coming back to his car owner's home track and, racing against a field that is not, a bunch of guys that are able to win each and every night, I think that he's going to have a really good shot to take down a win throughout the week, whether that's a prelim night or the finale, and build some confidence going into the high limit season. This is a week and he does not have to worry about points. He doesn't have to worry about any of that stuff. He can go out there and just try and win the race. And that is going to be Zeb Wise. So Zeb Wise at 4th. I know what you're thinking, Chase. I feel like you could have had some of these guys in there, but Zeb Wise is a national touring guy, all-star Circuit of Champions titleist. He's been very good in the past. He's had a little bit of a rough year in 2024 with high limit, but it's such a tough field with high limit, right? He's been getting better and better every single race, racing against the best guys. And I think when he comes into a field like this, Zeb Wise, no doubt, will be a factor at some point or another throughout the week at the Dirt Cup. Now, number 3, he is the defending champion of this race. He has 8 wins in 2024 on 6 different racetracks between 360s and 410s. Last year at this race, actually, sorry, I skipped ahead of myself. That was number 2. Number 3, he has 5 Skagit wins so far in 2024, 2 of them coming with the 410. He was 12th, 5th, and 25th after starting 3rd and getting to a wreck on the final night at the Dirt Cup last year. And this guy, I think, is also one of the most underrated drivers in the country. He's done so many good things all across the country in sprint car racing. Doesn't do much traveling anymore, but whenever he shows up to the pit area, you've got to keep an eye on Trey Starks in the 55 car. So Starks, I almost had him at number 2, but it was hard to not put the defending winner of the race up there at P2. Trey Starks, at 3rd spot right there. Already has several wins this year between Skagit and Grace Harbor. And he seems to really perform as well when the big guys come to town, whether that's the Outlaws or whether that's a huge field like this going to the Dirt Cup with the NARC sprint cars. So Trey Starks at number 3. He's got that home field advantage. He knows what to expect when it comes to Skagit. He's been there more than anybody else on this side of the board this year and in recent years as well. I think that is definitely going to help him out come the big finale on Saturday night. Now to number 2. He is the defending champion of this race. Like I said earlier, 8 wins in 2024. 6 of them, or 5 of them in a 360, 3 of them in a 410. Last year, he finished 10th, 7th, and he got the win for 82 grand last year, leading all 40 laps. And we've seen this guy a lot on the national stage here in the last couple of years. Justin Sanders in that Mitchery Motorsports number 2X car. No doubt he is going to be a factor for the win at some point this week, and I think he's going to put up the biggest challenge to the number 1 guy I have on this list. Justin Sanders, absolutely fantastic driver. He should be on a national tour, in my opinion. He is that good. He's proven himself that he can run top 10 in other equipment at tracks he's never been to, and I think Sanders, coming off that big win, he's been very successful this year, and he's right there in the thick of things with the NARC point lead. I think Sanders is definitely going to be a guy to watch for this week. Now, the number 1 guy, and you could probably guess who it is. He won both prelim nights last year. He finished 3rd in the finale. He's already got 3 quarter-mile wins this year against high limit racing. And this is a track that is right up his alley. Been very, very good there. He also got a win with the Outlaws at Skagit last year. And that is going to be Corey Day. So Corey Day in the 14, number 1 guy, in my opinion, to win the Dirt Cup this year. And could be another big payday for him this year. Already won, 2 or 3 races that's worth 20 grand to win with high limit. Got a big outlaw win here recently as well. And so Corey Day, number 1 undisputed guy to win the Dirt Cup this week. If you disagree with me, let me know down in the comment section below. And let me know who you think could win. Now, I wanted to close this video out by saying real quick that after 11 races this year, the NARC point lead, very, very close. Cole Macedo with 1480. Justin Sanders -5 behind him. Justin Cox -49 in 3rd. Caden Steele -63 in 4th. And Bud Kading -64 in 5th. Now, I don't remember, I haven't seen anything saying that there's no points involved with this week, but if there is points involved, this could certainly shake up quite a bit after 3 nights at Skagit. A great field of cars assembled, and it could be one guy having a bad night where he's just a little bit off and he finishes 15th. Could lose a ton of ground here in these point standings. So I want to mention that at the end of this video. And that's all we've got. So let me know, what do you guys think about the Dirt Cup, the purse, the field, this part of the board as well? I want to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we are going to be keeping a close eye on the Dirt Cup here over the next week or so. Starts on Thursday, goes till Friday and Saturday. I'm going to have a format video coming out here later today so you can get all caught up with that. And we'll talk to you guys again here very soon on the channel. Thanks.